Hey Virgos, hey Virgos, hey Virgos. Welcome to Sacred Tarot 434, where we honor spirit, ourselves, and our ancestors while we navigate this earth journey together. Hey Virgos, hey Virgos, welcome to Sacred Tarot 434, where we honor spirit, ourselves, and our ancestors while we navigate our earth journey together. This is Bree. Hey Virgos, welcome to Sacred Tarot 434, where we honor spirit, ourselves, and our ancestors while we navigate this earth journey together. My name is Bree, and I'm honored to bring you your messages through clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsentience. I read tarot and oracle traditionally and intuitively, and these are your timeless messages. Let's start off by figuring out how you guys have been. What's the past card for the Virgos? Obstacles and challenges. Okay, Virgo, so you guys have been on the move. You've been on the move. You've been trying to accomplish things in life. I think I'm mostly getting career from this. So you guys are very career oriented. And you've been trying to accomplish your next level. You're trying to get a new certification. You're trying to accomplish a degree. You're trying to just get to a new promotion or a new level at work. Whatever the case may be, you have been dealing with a lot of obstacles and challenges on your path. And this can be very, very, very mentally exhausting. So kudos to you, Virgos, for continuing to press forward. And I would love to figure out what else has been going on in your journey. What's the present energy for the Virgos? Present energy is the strength card, well, the power card, which represents the strength card in traditional tarot. So right now, Virgos, you're being called to not only have mental strength and physical strength, but also spiritual strength. Because of all the challenges and the obstacles that you've been through, your faith might be lacking a little bit at this time. But it's important to note that we can't really get through anything if we don't have faith in God and faith in ourselves and faith in our ancestors, okay? So while you could be thinking that, you just have to mentally press forward and physically keep going, it's also very important to tap back in with your spiritual side and really lean on God as well. Future energy for the Virgos. Future energy for Virgo. Future energy. Oh, hold on, guys. My cards just went flying. What is the future energy for the Virgos? Just one card, please. Future energy for Virgo. Just one card for future energy. Transformation. That's exciting, Virgos. You guys have a whole different life coming. Like, you're about to go through the biggest transition I think that you've ever gone through in your life. This is the death and rebirth card in traditional tarot. This is a card of significant character development. This card, as well as this card, because they're black and they represent major arcana, which equals character development. You guys are working on your foundation. This is a 13 that breaks down into a 4 in numerology, which always talks about foundation. It could be emotional foundation, it could be mental, spiritual, but it could also be foundational as far as material things go. So you are undergoing a serious character transformation, and that is going to be you are about to embark on a serious transformation. Some of you could be becoming parents. Some of you could be literally getting to that level of your career that you've been desiring. You could be doing both. You could be transitioning out of this career path and into a different one. Whatever the case may be, you are about to embark on a serious transformation, and I'm very excited for you guys, okay? What is the overall energy? The overall energy is foundations and achievements. I'm excited for you guys. So that lets me know that your transformation is definitely a character transformation. However, it is going to result in a strong household, a strong family, mentally, and as well as in the physical realm, meaning your money is going to be good, your home is going to be good, your family is going to be blessed, everything is going to be blessed as a result of all the hard work that you are putting in. So kudos to you, Virgo. That is amazing energy. So now I want to get into clarification so we can dive a little deeper. What are these challenges? Yep. Okay, so these challenges that came out really quick, the challenges that you guys have been going through is healing from some heartbreak. So 3 of Swords, there's been a lot of emotional disappointment, maybe a lot of backstabbing going on in your relationships. Maybe there's been, and this doesn't have to necessarily be romantic, but it can be romantic. Maybe you've had a lot of ups and downs with a specific partner or a group of friends. There's just been a lot of heartache and heartbreak going on. So the obstacles and challenges that you've been facing are in the heart and thus in the brain, okay? You are caught up mentally on a pain from the past, and it might be time for you to try to let that go, okay, Virgos? That's what you've been navigating around. Oh no, I messed up the pile. Can we clarify the Strength card? More information on this Strength card that came out for the Virgos. More clarification on their present energy. Page of Swords. Page of Swords. I want to read this one to you guys because I'm initially getting an intuitive message that you are kind of exhausted. You're mentally kind of worn out. You know that you need to keep swinging, keep fighting, and keep pressing, but you don't really want to. Like, you would rather just take some time and check out mentally, but that's where this strength and power comes in, where your faith has to come in, because you're getting tired. You're getting mentally and physically tired, and you have to be able to tap into that 3rd dimension to keep pushing. So I'm going to read this card to you guys, but first I want to pull the next card. Clarification on this transformation. The Hierophant. That is amazing. This is amazing. So literally you go from heartbreak and obstacles and challenges, being exhausted, and to a whole energy of you have now retaught yourself so much about life. You have educated yourself in actual education, like tangible book smarts, but you have also learned a lot in life as far as just navigating life, you know? Navigating is actually a therapy term, so you might actually have been in therapy, and it's all coming and working for your good, for your highest good. Like, you are no longer the person that you used to be. This doubles down on that. This also is a card of marriage, a card of divine encounters, as far as meeting people that you can lead and guide. Maybe the person that you love is one of those people that you've learned all these lessons for, so that you can help them as well. This is just a very powerful card. This represents someone who lives in their own truth, who has redefined life for themselves. It's just very good energy, and I'm very proud of you. I love when this card comes out because it represents someone who is no longer who they used to be, someone who is no longer allowing themselves to be limited by what other people, what other expectations people put on them, or the things that they were taught that could have been negative. This is a sign that, Virgos, you could have been taught, or not necessarily damaged, I don't like to use that word, but you could have been conditioned to believe that you were not worth certain things, or you could have been dealing with toxic masculinity or toxic femininity, which I don't feel like is talked about a lot. But either way, you have come a very, very long way. So let's read about this Page of Swords as well. Page of Swords is full of wild energy and drive. She's relentless in her action and does not sit still for long. She never runs out of crazy things to do or say. A true idealist, and she can be a little exhausting in her youthful determination. If the page is you, dive headfirst into your wild schemes and plans, and find those who will support your crazy ideas. So I know that that's what that card means traditionally. However, I still feel that you're exhausted. Like, that could be the case. You could have a lot of ideas and whatever the case may be, but you're still tired, okay? And I want you to make sure that you're leaning on your faith, all right? What other messages do we have for the Virgos? What else do they need to know at this time? What do the Virgos need to know? Knight of Cups. For all my single Virgos, you could have someone coming in with a love offer, okay? But it's important to note that this offer might not be a long-lasting or mature offer that you're looking for. If you're looking for someone who's ready to settle down right now, this is not the love offer for you, so make sure that you decline this. But if you're looking for a little bit of fun, to see where things are going to go, you don't really care how they go, you just kind of want to get out there and just date or whatever, I would say go for it and let this opportunity come in. What else do the Virgos need to know? Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. Mentally, don't allow yourself to be deceived that you have no way out. Don't allow yourself to feel trapped or boxed in. It's time to remove people from your life that make you feel very limited or blindsided. What else do the Virgos need to know? Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Virgos, it's okay to feel. It's okay to feel. I think that it's important that you guys tap back into your emotions. Some of you could have become very cold, or you might be teetering on the edge of being cold and still being checked in emotionally to life. This Queen of Cups, she's like the keeper of all emotions. She's so nurturing and loving, and I think that oftentimes people get caught up on the fact that Virgos are very, or can be very rigid, can be very strict and expect perfection, but Virgos are definitely lovers as well. So I want you guys to tap back into that energy. Don't allow your heart chakra to close up. Virgos, your what you need to know is coming out very easily. You have the Magician energy. With the Virgos being earth signs, sometimes you can be so rooted in reality and in practicality that you kind of forget about the whimsical side of life. We're not just physical beings pursuing material things. We are spirits inside of a body on earth experiencing life. We are in an earth journey, okay? But that does not mean that we are completely detached from our spiritual power. So with this Magician card, it's important that you are looking at life and just looking at life and assessing it and asking yourself, what do I want out of this life? What else do I want out of this life? Besides my career, besides the family, what is it that I truly desire? And it's time to start calling it in. Believing that you can achieve it is the biggest part of that, though. You have to believe it, you have to see it, and then you can go get it, okay? The Magician is limitless. Limitless. You are limitless. So stop allowing yourself to have all these self-limiting beliefs, because you're not limited. What else is there Virgos need to know? What else do the Virgos need to know? Two of Pentacles. You're in a serious balancing act right now. Your routine might need some adjusting. You might also want to figure out what projects can be put on the back burner versus which ones can't. This card also represents like financially having a lot of things that you're responsible for at one time and how it's priority. That's really the overall energy of the Two of Pentacles. Creating priorities, figuring out a way to handle everything that you need to handle. What else does Virgo need to know? What else does Virgo need to know? What else does Virgo need to know? Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. You have so much promise and opportunity and prosperity coming towards you, okay? That's exciting, Virgos. That is really exciting. You have new offers, new homes, new money, a whole new foundation that's coming in, which represents that foundation and achievement card. Like everything that you are going through, just understand that you're going through it for a reason and you're going to get to that next level. So embrace all these opportunities that are coming in. I'm very, very excited for you. I almost called you Leos, but I'm very excited for you, Virgos. Anything else that the Virgos need to know? Anything else that the Virgos need to know? What else do the Virgos need to know? What else do the Virgos need to know? All right, Virgos, you guys had a lot of information coming in today. So the last 3 cards that you guys need to know are the Knight of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Lovers. This is exciting. So the Knight of Wands, this is just letting me know that, again, even though you are tired right now, keep pressing forward. There are beautiful opportunities that you've been given, even if you don't even see them yet. But Spirit needs to know that you have what it takes spiritually, mentally, and physically to keep pressing forward. Don't let up off of your goals. Don't let up off of your manifestations. Decide what it is that you want and chase after it with veracity, okay, and determination and tenacity. All right. In the Six of Swords, the Six of Swords is an interesting card because you know exactly what you need to be focused on and where you need to be guiding yourself mentally, but you have some holes in your boat. So this is a card that reminds me that you need to just re-encourage yourself and keep pressing forward. And then the Lovers, you have Virgos who are in a relationship. This is a destined relationship. This is a divine relationship. Those of you who are single, it's time to call in the love that you want. It's time to focus in on what type of lover it is that you want, and make sure that when you are presented with lusty situations, if you want love and you're presented with a lusty situation, make sure that you are surrendering that to God so that you know what to do with it and what not to do with it, okay? Temptation is all around, but a really truly divine soulmate, divine masculine, divine feminine, your twin flame, whatever the case may be, however you're calling it, when they come in, it's undeniable, and you want to make sure that you're treating them the way that you should be treating them. It's also a sign to love on yourself, because you don't want to be looking the perfect person in the face and not be able to realize it because you're caught up on this Three of Swords trauma from a long time ago. So what advice do we have for the Virgos? What advice do we have for the Virgos? Any advice? Prince of Cups. Take a second, go within. This is a card of introspection. Take a second and really sit with yourself. Really dive into your own feelings. Understand who you are, where you're at, why you're doing what you're doing. Get your emotions in check, okay? Virgos, don't allow yourself to spiral out. Not at the end of your journey. Not the end of this phase of your journey. Because our earth journey is a long-lasting journey, right? Eight of Swords, isolation. This goes back to this Eight of Swords up here. So the advice is, don't allow yourself to be so mentally upset and caught up in your own world that you become isolated, okay? Because this is not the same energy as the Hermit. The Hermit energy is when we are taking time to ourselves because we feel divinely called to do so, and we are learning lessons and we're looking back over the things that we have gone through so that we can make better steps in the future. The Eight of Swords is being so caught up in your trauma that you can't see a way out, feeling trapped when you really aren't trapped. This is a mental cage. Advice for Virgo. Yes. Ace of Discs, which is Ace of Pentacles, which you already had once over here. This is wealth and prosperity, okay? So some of you who are currently experiencing wealth and prosperity, do not sit in lack mindset, okay? Treat yourself, enjoy your wealth, but also at the same time, if you know that you are someone who spends a little too frivolously, rein it in, okay? Sometimes we have a downpour or import of wealth, and that's a beautiful thing. But if we don't honor it and if we don't use it wisely, we could end up losing it, okay? So you don't want to go from a position of being high in status and having a lot and having enough to share to being dusty and down and out, okay? Just because you didn't have self-control. Have self-control over your wealth. But don't be in lack mindset. More advice for the Virgos. What's the last card of advice for the Virgos? Your last card of advice is the Prince of Swords. The Prince of Swords, which I feel like we kind of, did we get that at one point? We might not have gotten that at one point. But the Prince of Swords is literally determination. This is an energy. Let me read this one to you. The Prince of Swords. Determination. The Prince of Swords is opinionated and direct, but also smart, focused, and efficient. The action-oriented approach can come in handy when appropriate, but be sure to know the consequences of shooting first and asking questions later. Forceful, stubborn, driven, quick-thinking, ambitious, and harsh. So make sure that you're not allowing the stress of the journey that you're on, like, exude itself into the physical realm, okay? It's fine to be a leader. It's fine to be certain and determined, but it's not fine to be like a bully. Don't embody that bully energy, okay? So, what goddess is walking with the Virgos at this time? We all have a goddess that walks with us, guides us, encourages us along the way. So what goddess walks with the Virgos? That was quick. What goddess is walking with the Virgos? The goddess walking with the Virgos is Sekhmet. Sekhmet, the wounded healer. Okay, this goddess represents, or not represents, but they recognize that you are someone who has been through a painful past, okay, a very painful past. But the wounded healer is someone who has learned from that painful past, the Hierophant. You've learned from the painful past, and now you are here to help other people navigate in the same way that she is here to help you. So I'm going to read you more information about this goddess. The goddess of wounded healers from Egypt, the warrior temple in the element of fire. Sekhmet is the fierce ancient Egyptian goddess of war, the sun, and healing. She carries life force in her palm with the power to create or destroy. Heal thyself. Everyone gets your best except you. You are a healer among your tribe. Stop putting your needs last. When did you decide to become a martyr? Take a breath. Wounded healers hold sadness, rage, and fears of brokenness. Being a warrior wasn't a choice for our beloved foremothers. They did the best they could. But being a goddess warrior for us is knowing that we have the choice not to fight all the time. Deep dive questions. What are your swords, the weapons you use to fight? What are your shields, the ways you defend yourself? Dare to lay the burdens down, along with your swords and shields. And the declaration is, it is safe to put myself first. That's powerful. I want to get a message of self-care, a self-care message for the Virgos. What's the best way for the Virgos to care for themselves at this time? Just one card, please, Spirit. What is the best way for the Virgos to care for themselves at this time? All right, so we have rebel or rebel, rebel or rebel. Ignore the fact that it's a woman. Like, my cards are usually very feminine in appearance. However, they can be for men as well. Okay, so don't get caught up on the aesthetic. Rebel. It's time to celebrate the fact that you don't fit in. Stand on your own 2 feet. So Virgo, sometimes you could be feeling very alone in the journey that you're on, and I understand that, you know, you want people to be around you. You want people to support you and celebrate you. And it's not that they don't. It's just that sometimes you have to do things on your own. Like, I feel that with your foundations and achievements coming in, and with your Hierophant energy and your Lover's card and your transformation card and the wealth and the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles coming in, you're not going to be alone forever. You're in a journey right now that is solo. Okay, you're in a solo journey. Even if you aren't physically alone, you could be feeling mentally alone or emotionally alone. But that's all building your character. It's all for your character development. Okay, so it's okay to stand on your own 2 feet sometimes and be proud of yourself for doing it. Don't look at it as a punishment. Look at it as a challenge that you met and you accepted and you succeeded in, because that's where you're headed. You're headed in a trajectory of succeeding at everything that you've been through and everything that you've been gunning for. So I'm very proud of you, Virgos. This was a very powerful and emotional reading, and a timeless message, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.